Hello, everybody from Connect Church in Cranbrook, BC. My name's Frank Hackett. Man, I do love this network. Haven't the upper room devos been awesome? I'm really kind of sorry to blow that streak today. You know, we've been talking about the character of and function of the Holy Spirit in our lives, how God's character and our character should be aligning as we ever increase our relationship with Jesus. Last week, our church, we piggybacked off of River City's God Story Challenge, where we are encouraging people to share a video online of how God has moved in their life. The first week, we saw a combined 2,200 views. That tripled the next. I think our increasingly secular communities are actually yearning for stories of the supernatural. That's why they look for it in the counterfeits, in palm readers and astrology and new-aged navel-gazing. People are longing for a real Holy Spirit relationship, for God to take them and heal them and empower them to do something special. It's what they were created for. But as we share our stories of God, our character should match our conviction. I'm often challenged by the fruits of the Spirit found in Galatians, particularly the 4 character traits of God. You know, patience. Man, that verse in 2 Peter 3:9 challenges me. Kindness. The Psalms are a great way to learn more about God's kindness. Goodness. That verse, all goodness is of God, and it is manifested in the empathy and love towards all who suffer. Convicting. Gentleness, 2 Corinthians, be meek and gentle like Christ. So I desperately need the Holy Spirit for these, because when I most need these is when I'm confronted with stress or confusion or frustration. But spending time with the Holy Spirit produces these things in us. They're a byproduct. I have to do the work ahead of time. You know this. God's character should become my character, and that only happens when I'm in relationship with Him. So when I'm dealing with annoying social distancing issues, patience. When I can't understand that masked person behind the till, kindness. When the social distancing police or the wild wackos are wailing online, I respond with goodness. When the government isn't doing what it is that I think they should, gentleness. I noticed that the God stories that got the most traction were actually the ones of the individuals whose lives actually portrayed the supernatural character prior. So when their God story and their character aligned, it was obviously the supernatural love of Jesus. In this wild COVID season, let's lead people to the real supernatural by internalizing and displaying what spending time with God does to us. And then when we share our God story will line up with our life story. So share the supernatural, but only if you're willing to live in the supernatural by allowing God to transform you into His character, one with supernatural patience, kindness, goodness, and gentleness. Remember Romans 8:14, because those who are led by the Spirit of God are sons of God. Let's continue to allow Him to multiply us into sons and daughters who look and act like our dad. Man, I love you guys. Thanks.